Ever wonder why there are so many versions of Windows and how they actually differ? From old, chunky computers to sleek touchscreens, Windows has evolved more than most people realize. Let's uncover how Windows began, why it keeps changing, and what makes each version special. In the beginning, there was MS-DOS. You had to type commands to open files and programs. It was powerful, but confusing for non-technical users. Microsoft wanted something easier, something visual. In 1985, Windows 1.0 arrived. It introduced Windows, menus, and the mouse. Suddenly, computers felt friendlier, but it was slow and limited, more like a test run. Then came Windows 2.0 in 1987. It brought overlapping windows and keyboard shortcuts. It also introduced programs like Excel and Word in graphical form. It still wasn't a huge hit, but it started the visual computing era. In 1990, Windows 3.0 changed everything. It looked polished, had colorful icons, and ran more efficiently. Businesses started using it everywhere. For the first time, Windows looked like the Windows we know today. Windows 3.1 refined that success in 1992. It improved fonts, sound, and stability. It also came with Minesweeper and Solitaire, small games that made computers less intimidating. By now, computers were entering homes, not just offices. People wanted machines that worked with printers, modems, and early internet tools. Then came a big shift, Windows 95. This version changed history. It introduced the Start menu and taskbar, two things every computer user recognizes. It also supported long file names and better multitasking. The world was moving toward the web, and Windows 95 was ready. Windows 95 was also the first to include Internet Explorer. That changed how people thought about browsing the web. Computers were no longer just for documents and numbers. They were communication tools. Windows 98 refined that idea. It added USB support, letting people plug in new devices easily. It improved internet tools and multimedia. For the first time, computers could handle cameras, MP3s, and CDs with ease. Then came Windows ME, short for Millennium Edition, in 2000. It looked modern, but was unstable. Many users complained about crashes and bugs. It tried to mix old and new technology, but that mix didn't work well. At the same time, Microsoft was working on a more professional system, Windows 2000. This version was built for business reliability. It was stable, secure, and used in servers and offices. It laid the foundation for the future of Windows architecture. Then came Windows XP in 2001. This version was a game changer. It combined the stability of Windows 2000 with the friendliness of consumer Windows. It looked colorful, fast, and reliable. XP became one of the longest-living versions ever. People loved XP for its simplicity. It booted fast, worked with drivers, and supported new hardware. Even years later, many didn't want to upgrade. After XP came Windows Vista in 2007. It introduced flashy graphics, transparent effects, and a modern look, but it demanded heavy hardware power. Many computers couldn't handle it smoothly, and people complained. However, under the hood, Vista improved security and created a base for the future. Then came Windows 7 in 2009. It fixed almost everything people disliked about Vista. It was faster, smoother, and reliable. Businesses and home users both loved it. For many, Windows 7 felt perfect. Windows 8 arrived in 2012, and it was bold. It was made for touchscreens and tablets. The Start menu was replaced with large tiles. Desktop users felt lost. Many found it confusing. However, Windows 8 was future-looking. It focused on mobile-style apps, online syncing, and cloud integration. Microsoft wanted one system for all devices. To fix user frustration, Microsoft released Windows 8.1. It brought back some familiar features, like the Start button. It balanced touch and desktop experiences, but the love for Windows 7 lingered. In 2015, Windows 10 arrived. Microsoft called it the last version of Windows. The idea was to keep updating it, instead of releasing brand new versions. It blended the best of 7 and 8. The Start menu returned, but live tiles stayed. Windows 10 introduced voice assistant Cortana, virtual desktops, and Windows Hello for face sign-in. It became a solid system for both work and play. Over time, Windows 10 became the default OS for millions. But as devices evolved, Microsoft saw the need for a cleaner, more modern look. That led to Windows 11 in 2021. It felt fresh, sleek, and centered. Rounded corners, centered taskbars, and simplified menus made it calmer and friendlier. Windows 11 focused on productivity and hybrid work. It improved Windows snapping, multitasking, and support for newer hardware. The design felt inspired by mobile simplicity. Windows 11 also marked a shift in design philosophy. Microsoft wanted to make technology feel more human. Less cluttered screens, softer visuals, and smoother transitions made daily use pleasant. Many wondered why Windows 11 existed if Windows 10 was supposed to be the last. The truth is, technology keeps changing. People use different devices now, tablets, ultrabooks, and two-in-ones, and design needs evolve. Windows 11 also introduced Android app support through the Microsoft Store. It blurred the line between mobile and desktop even more. It also changed system requirements, focusing on security and modern processors. That meant some older PCs couldn't upgrade, sparking debate about progress versus compatibility. Windows 11 tied deeper into Microsoft services like Teams and OneDrive. The goal was to make collaboration seamless, whether at home or work. Looking back, every Windows version had a reason. Some focused on visuals, some on performance, and others on connectivity. Windows 1.0 made computers approachable. Windows 95 defined how we navigate. Windows XP showed what stability feels like. Windows 7 proved balance is key. Windows 10 unified platforms. Windows 11 refined them. Even the less popular ones, like ME or Vista, brought lessons that shaped the next step. Every version left behind a legacy that influenced what came after. Each version reflected its time. Windows 95 mirrored the excitement of the internet boom. Windows XP matched the rise of home connectivity. Windows 10 captured the age of constant updates. Windows 11 symbolizes an era of hybrid living. The evolution of Windows is like the story of computing itself. From command lines to cloud connectivity, each chapter shows progress. It also shows how user expectations evolve. People demanded speed, then design, then security, and now connection. The pattern is clear. Progress happens when usability meets innovation. The best versions balance both. So what's next for Windows? Microsoft hints at AI integration, smarter workflows, and deeper device connections. Imagine a Windows that writes content drafts for you, or one that organizes your day based on your calendar and habits. Windows might not just respond to clicks, but anticipate needs. It could assist, predict, and personalize every experience. The next generation might merge local computing power with cloud-based intelligence. That means faster updates, real-time protection, and seamless multitasking. Imagine your system preparing documents before you open them, or adjusting settings as you move from work to play. Windows could become more than a system. It could be your partner in productivity. Whatever comes next, the pattern remains: simpler, faster, more helpful. So next time you open your start menu, remember the journey. Every version helped build that click, that sound, that feel of home on your screen. From 1985 to today, Windows isn't just software. It's a timeline of change. And that timeline is still writing itself, one update at a time.